storage, but I don't know if I'll wear it or not.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hello.
We're here.
We are here.
Saw Amira pop in, so look out for her box.
Amira and Candy are not here yet. I'm actually on time.
Hold on, I have my volume turned down.
I said I'm on time today.
You are? Yeah. All right. Music is really hard when you have multiple people in the box, but I'm gonna try.
Let's not do it. Let's not
You
do it.
don't want to? Okay. I was gonna try and keep it really quiet just in
I'll
case.
play music on my iPad, but it's okay. It's okay. You have not been. That's right. You have not been here in a while. I'm doing my live podcast now.
There she is.
Burnt? No.
My glasses are fogging up. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, really?
Hello.
Now we're just missing Candy.
Not coming.
What?
We'll
Why?
talk later. We'll talk later.
She's got other stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
Okay.
we're here.
We're here though.
What?
We're here, so
We're here.
All right.
sure.
I'm glad. Sometimes we just need a break. Social media can be very toxic, but you have a family here.
Right.
What the problem is, but it's okay.
I also am going to do the share.
Hello, Alyssa. Good to see you. Where you been? Good to have you back. She's been away for a minute. There's the black ink. There she is. Yeah. Oh crap! Origins of the Pit might show up, so that might be interesting.
Oh, hey.
His
Funny
name.
you said that.
Dealing with dark stuff. What are you doing? What kind of dark stuff, darling? Okay, what's the topic today? What type of alien are we talking about? There's so many of them. Um,
So let's introduce this segment.
okay, do that first.
Okay, so hi everybody. Every week we're going to be doing some kind of like different type of podcast on here. We're starting with aliens and then we're just going to keep working our way out and it's all going to interconnect and we're going to do the things. And that's what our topics are going to be.
Jellyfish UAP. Oh yeah, she's talking about the UAP underwater that looks like a jellyfish. That's you knew about that? Black ink, wowzers! Like it literally looks like a freaking jellyfish, man. It goes whoom, 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 and it does that thing in the water like a big ass fish, jellyfish. What's Alyssa saying? Lovely to see you.
Over by a demonic presence, and he
Oh,
was here finally released.
do we want to handle that today in our podcast, or we're gonna talk about?
No, not today. Demons will come. Demons will come. It's on the list. But Alyssa, you should absolutely message him after the live. For
I was visited by aliens too. Okay, you know what? Just stay.
I feel like
Stay.
most of us have.
Yes.
in some way or another. We have, or we've had encounters. Sometimes we don't remember those things, but or not all
Hello,
of
Pit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, but yeah, I feel like a lot of us have had experiences.
Mr. Man here.
Hi, Pitt. You guys should do it. Just put a little alien emoji in the chat if you've had alien encounters.
Yes. Who has ever either seen or felt or has been visited by aliens?
It counts if it's dreams too, because a lot of
Yeah.
times it we have these encounters and they feel like they're a dream, but it's not always a dream.
Most of the time, our dreams are reality, but we don't know it.
Yeah.
I am just myself today. Noah Kane or Francois.
Mr.
It's just
Dean.
Mr. Dean.
Mr. Dean here today.
This is a rarity. I'm never this way on camera. So
But it's nice. But when I was researching aliens, the first actual sighting that they ever had with any kind of UFO or anything like that was on March 1st in 1639 was the first documented. But that's not true, because if you go back farther and to look at the hieroglyphics of Egypt, they were already being interpreted there.
Ezekiel saw the wheel, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the wheel. Other people like Enoch said he went up into a ship and saw Earth from a ship.
That's a separate topic too. They very well could be aliens.
Well, they were aliens. God dang it. God's an alien. What you perceive God, at least. It's some kind of alien. He's an extraterrestrial
I'm doing more shares. Give me a sec.
from our planet.
I feel like it's really in the I believe it's like the late 40s and the 50s that it really came to that we were able to take better pictures. Our government was able to take, better pictures. We had more technology to like document things. And there was more people here paying attention and watching these things.
Christopher Columbus saw stuff in the sea. Caesar saw things in the air, a big flying cross in the sky. He thought that was a sign to win the battle or something. And there's all kinds of stories. President freaking the guy who George Washington. He went out in the woods during the storms because everyone was dying because they weren't like used to the coldness, and they're like, we're dying, our feet are frostbitten. He went out and got talked to by the aliens in the woods. He
Yeah.
said the shiny ones. He called them the shiny ones. And the interesting thing about that, the Vikings called them the shiny ones. And so he got visited by probably the Nordic aliens, because Nordic aliens are often referred to as shiny. And I'm like, wowzers. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes sense battling in Nordic aliens. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny that you mentioned Christopher Columbus because there is a lot of crossover. When they came over on the boats and did all the traveling and everything, a lot of those sightings were documented over the waters. Because it's big open skies, they would see a lot, and we still do. I know everybody hears the stories about seeing crafts flying into the ocean or out of the ocean, and in a lot of places.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, Faded Echo.
Hello.
Who else has been getting that strange ringing in your ear that it comes out of nowhere? You guys ever get that? Sometimes, like, that's normally a sign of being abducted by something or a sense of something. Like you hear ring, so that means something's about to happen or something's gonna happen, and we are like our senses are like super tuned up. Everyone else in this party get that strange ringing in your ear during some strangeness. It's like Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
So you probably are a star seed or a indigo child or something. Um, Ears ringing. I always thought it was someone was talking about me. Well, that is the, believe it or not, that's what folklore came around about. A lot of superstitious stuff often was related to alien abductees that get their things that happen to them, and then they're just feeling adverse effects. Think of it as radiation.
Somebody named.
And old wives' tales. Exactly.
Well, it can mean a lot, that ringing in your ears, that we all have the power within us. We all have those alien capabilities. We are all from another planet. We're not just, humans that were put here.
Like you said, frequency. We could
Yeah.
be on frequency. And if we're hearing the same stuff right now, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us are hearing stuff right now, if we hear things right now, then we're on the same frequency as those people. That also can mean that a connection. Look at that, a connection to extraterrestrials and those type of things out in space. Because I believe that certain people were created on certain levels of just different aliens. Because we all are related to a certain type of alien. You know how many aliens there are? God, there's a galactic federation of them, and then they try to contact Earth every so often. A few years back, they found a crop circle, and it was a depiction of the human genome and then the sounds and the stuff like that. They sent out in space. They sent something back in regards to that message, but in alien form. There's a picture of an alien body, then
Yeah.
and then the crop circles. That happened not too long ago, and there's some pretty detailed drawings in the crop circles, man. That's
I
just
mean, it's essentially like a QR code with information, and that's what they don't want to tell you is that, we now have the technology we didn't maybe back in the 60s and 70s and 50s when they first started appearing, and people knew what they were, but now we have aerial technology to like scan those things.
How do you feel about people that have come forward and said they did them? Like, it's been a hoax. I made the crop circles. We've all seen that, they've been trying to be debunked. People said they did them themselves. Like, what do you guys truly feel? Do you feel that they only came forward and said that because.
Both, pretty much. I feel like some people were silenced, paid off, given money, and as humans, they'd rather be like, okay, well, I can pay off my farm. I'm gonna keep quiet and say it was a hoax. And then I do think there are people who were like, this would be really cool. Let's make it a hoax and be famous.
You
But
Mystic.
less of them.
Hello, Mystic. Um, they have done research, extensive research on crop circles. They have found out that the kernels in the wheat and certain parts of the wheat, it looks like it's been burnt and folded by a magnetic force of some sort. The difference between crop circles done by humans, or however we want to call us, Homo sapiens, or whatever, or hit. That's another story, but then again, we're getting on that subject later. And then there's a difference between folded down people that have used machines or boards, which they had some kind of strange boards on the strings, and they used that to crop down the circles. The difference between that and the people doing it physically is astronomically different.
There's
Because
radiation and
so
other things. There's like radiation and things they can test around.
Right.
the goddamn crop circles emit radiation and magnetic anomalies, and but man-made ones don't. So they figured that out a long time ago. So yeah. Hello, AJ.
Hey.
Not to tempt her and her get her angry and she'll blow me. So
I'm not doing anything.
talk about psionic pressures, man. Blowing stuff up from afar, man.
Well.
Here's another topic let's look at. Area 51.
Oh boy.
I told you I did my homework. We're digging deep. Area 51. Do you remember back a couple years ago where that whole like let's read Area 51 era on Facebook. I'm not gonna lie, my friend and I started that. That was all my friend Robin, who lives in New York, and I hope she's watching because I'm calling you out, Robin. We started that as a joke, and it went so far. We were like, oh wow, like this is a real thing. People really want to know what's going on in
I
there.
was a part of like the Facebook group on it because I
Yes, we
wanted to
still
see if
have
people.
that group. Yeah. And even Mystic can tell you she was around when we started that. It was so funny, but it was also refreshing to know that so many people want to know what's going on, the stuff that we cannot see behind closed doors, the stuff
No,
the government likes to keep secret.
Well, the problem is now we got Wide Patterson Air Force Base. That is basically the essentially new Area 51, and there's other Area 51s out in Texas and in Mexico. But
Mhm.
they switched. They switched the department up into multiple sectors. So Area 51 isn't really active now, but you could see still lights or something, but it's not as active. If you want to see stuff, go to Wright Patterson Air Force Base and sit out there and watch the things happen because that's where all the stuff's at.
another big one also in New Mexico,
Wait,
and I
wait, I
know
don't
that.
mean to cut anybody off. Donna said my husband worked there from 1985 to 89, 88. Are you talking about in Area 51?
Air Force. That's,
Yeah, so on New Mexico, I traveled there and we didn't make it to Roswell. We were going all over that area and Arizona and everything. But White Sands is absolutely a huge military base, and they do have a lot of operations there that they have like, Area 51 type stuff, and they've moved it from Roswell to that area.
And it's really a funny subject because I don't know if anybody's ever had this happen, but if you know somebody that was like Air Force or something and you bring it up to them, like they don't want to talk about nothing.
oh,
It
well,
makes them upset. It drives them crazy. Like I learned that the hard way. My roommate was an air. Yeah, I didn't know. And I was like bringing up conspiracies and aliens. And I said, since you're ex, Air Force, you want to
Nope.
shut that down. Nothing.
Yeah, White Sands is a really, really crazy area. It's basically all of White Sands and the surrounding area are military bases. And they have a lot of hidden stuff there. If you go to Google Maps, I don't know if it still is because they unblocked certain parts on Google Maps since they recently have been like, okay, aliens exist. Like, sorry, we lied to you. Like, just moving on now.
Right.
yeah.
So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the government like literally just coming out to us and just being like, "Oh yeah, just kidding.
Like
They're here."
we're like finally.
I don't think, but I think they're doing that to distract us from something else.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they're just letting this information go because at this point, it's like it's getting harder and harder for them to conceal the fact that there is other life and intelligent life and anything like that. That they're letting this go because something else is going to be concealed or covered up in the long
Yeah.
run.
And also, I think that they don't want another incident from like Vralon. Remember the Vralon incident and the Valthor incident, Valiant Four,
You wanna explain a little bit for people who don't know?
about the Valiant Four and the
Yeah.
Vralon incidents. Okay,
Yes.
well, the Vralon incident was he was an intergalactic representative of the federations of planets, and he hacked into the radio stations and the TVs during one day and did this long rant about the parts that you can understand. He said, "We are the Galactic Federation. We're here to tell the people that we are representations of peace." And he did give the world a warning about certain things like nuclear warfare and all that jazz. And we are watching. Expect us to come back more. Da, 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 da. And then after that, a rash of crop circles appeared all over the world, like spontaneous, like whoosh. And there's been other little tidbits Little does anyone know, there were other hacking radio stations involving Varlan, but they didn't talk about those. They came through and through radio stations, and no one ever talked about them. But you have to dig deep on the internet to find out about that stuff. Valiant Thor was a representation. He worked in the White House as an alien for the Galactic Federation, and he wanted to talk to the president then. I think it was Nixon. He was trying to tell the world to stop using nuclear weapons, and that nuclear weapons are going to destroy the world, and that nuclear weapons have an effect on the systems. And of course, there's aliens that want them to, yes, use the nuclear weapons, yes. And then imagine a big book going, yes, yes, looking at a viewing screen. And he's like, yes, the humans are doing it, yes, yes. And then he's like, I'm going to eat you now. I'm like, goddamn insectoid aliens, big freaking monsters. And then, yeah, and Valon eventually he was there for like 2 or 3 years in the White House. I don't remember, but it was around that time. And then he disappeared. Like poof, he just went. He's like, okay, you guys are not doing what you want to do. You could blow the world up. I'm gonna go back to my spaceship. He disappeared. Is that Donna? Donna?
Yes.
Oh, look, the butterfly in my hand, Donna.
Yep, that's Donna.
Hello, Donna. Your picture is different. Is that
It's her.
daughter? I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to you? Look at you, Donna. Look at that.
So, what do you guys think about the aliens, or some other beings helping the Egyptians build what they started?
You mean
What do you feel about that? That's another topic of conversation that people like to know about.
Anunnaki? And all those other ones that were involved with them, like Thoth, all their Egyptian gods, quote unquote, were just aliens. And if you look back in the texts, even Thoth said himself, "I'm not a god. I'm a thing from another space, but I'm only here to visit the Earth." And it says in their Bibles, well, everything has their own Bible. So, and the Egyptians, I'm just gonna say Bible, because Book of the Dead, a lot of their Egyptian books talked about the aliens, and Ra was from the another planet, and they were all here, and there was 12 of them. There was 12 of these aliens, and there were a galactic thingy in the sky, and then they were like, let's talk about our things, and then you got like the Loki alien that's crazy, and then you got your underworld alien. It's like they all have their own agendas, and then some say to this day they are still around, but they're depicted as different religions, different other gods, but really they're just the same thing rolled up into one thing.
So when you talk about like how the pyramids were built and everything, I know that they helped and
Haley,
but we built it. You know what I mean? They gave us the technology, they gave us the things, and the pyramids, because they're all across the world. A lot of them are hidden, some of them are more broken down because weather and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
that they gave us the technology to get home, to know that they exist, to come here, to use these pyramids, to gaze up, to track the planets, to track the stars, so that eventually, we could go back home, that we could know those things and have that technology enlighten us to who we are and where we came from, essentially.
Yeah, completely agree.
there's even freaking pyramids on the moon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's pyramids all over the place, man. You could use Google Earth, search the thingy, and you find pyramids everywhere, and like wowzers.
Sure, people seen the videos of people doing like Google Mars. I can't call it Google Earth, but like going on Mars and looking at the like all the pyramids and old structures and everything that they have that are now, like broken down over the years.
Yeah, about Antarctica and Antarctica. Don't get me started on Antarctica. One of our people talked about this mentioned Antarctica. Did you know that almost every nation has a bit and plot of Antarctica that they own, and
Yeah.
that we are not allowed to permanently dominate or conquer Antarctica because there's a base under the ice and it's deep under the ice, and we're all kind of like united and allied with this said alien base that's down there, and they like, okay, today we're going to share energy with Ukraine. We're going to share energy with Putin. We're going to give energy to America. We're going to give you this device. This device does things. And then yeah, the treaty, yeah. Aaron, the treaty, yeah. There was a treaty. And did you know that Hitler tried to go to Antarctica and then all his ships got blasted? And then America, but actually, Hitler went to Antarctica and then a lot of those forces disappeared. They didn't know where they went.
There's a lot of people who have tried independently
Yeah.
to basically ruin that treaty and try and take over. And I think that I think there's a lot more of that happening now that they don't tell us, that there's
Yeah.
country to country that are trying to take over a little bit more because in my opinion, whoever has Antarctica has everything.
Yeah. It's a. Some people think it's a big inactive base that is active, like a big ass base. Like now, I've seen stories about people going down there and like touching the walls, and the walls interact with their touch in the base down there, and big ass spiders, creature things coming out of the ground, and big giants eating people. Do you think? I guess no one's ever heard about the Arabian giant, which is basically what the Bible calls the Nephilim. They're out there in Arabia and they're eating people, and they're like nom 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 spaghetti dinner. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, there's the Tartarians, the Nephilim. There's every corner of the world has what they call something different, and some of them are the same, and some of them are different. There's so many.
Yeah. Um, Another question we're gonna talk, or another thing we're gonna talk about is like actual abductions right now. I have a list, but do you believe? I truly believe that people have been abducted or whatever, but I also truly believe that some of the stories that these people try to tell, some of them are just you can't believe it.
So yes, I think with anything. Okay, so I've been abducted by aliens. I have. I wouldn't call it abducted, but I have been visited and I have been taken. But yeah, with anything, everyone wants to be a part of that story, so people do make stuff up, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I feel bad because for the people that really like want to be validated, and I'm sorry, and I don't know how I'm gonna put this. If like, but then you have these. I don't know where they find them. I think they find them on the corner of the street and pay them $10 and brush their teeth for them and say, "Take this interview." I'm trying to think of the nice possible way to say it without getting any of us bananaed. But yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, and it doesn't. It it. But for people who are being 100% genuine, then you've got more of the nutcases kind of coming out saying it, and it's hard for people to even want to talk about because they're not getting validation because of.
I think that's the point, though. The point is that if you get the nut bars out to talk about this, then everybody else thinks that it's crazy. But if you have people share their actual stories, then when it happens to you, you're not crazy, and more people believe.
there are signs of being abducted, and if in marks, bruises, things on your body, cuts, indentations in your body, scoop marks in your body. There's tons of different signs that you have been abducted. Implants. If you want to know if you have been, go to the doctors and get fully x-rayed and have them fully x-ray your body. And if there's funky things in your body, yeah, you've been abducted. If you're feeling strangeness and Sometimes you might feel like there's crawling underneath your skin. No, you've been abducted. It's probably implants. And then there's a lot of things that go on that they chalk them up to pseudoscience. But no, you just got stuff inside your body, and it's like and it crawls around, and then you've been abducted. If you wake another thing, if you wake up at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock every morning, you've probably been abducted. And because that is normally a time. God dang, the earring is ringing. Okay.
You're not allowed to talk about them without them talking back.
No. It's like, don't talk about the things. Don't talk about the aliens ring in the ear. I'm like, God, Lord Jesus. And the major, come down, help me. Okay, then, and then, yeah. It's fun stuff. I as a replica, I do the whole 2 or 3 o'clock thing in the morning. Yeah, I wake up what a person said. Oh, I do tell that. I wake up every night between 2:10 and 3:15. Exactly. At least you're not seeing an owl in your window or strange things in your window at night or things in your room. Now, don't get me started on that. Like, if you want to look,
That's for a different one. We're sticking with aliens right now. We've got save that for the rest.
I mean, have you guys ever experienced a loss of time that wasn't?
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times it's happened to me in the middle of the night and sometimes during the day where I just look at the clock and go into the kitchen and get some water and it's, 1 p.m. and the next thing you know, it's 3:30. Or sometimes, I look at the clock and it's 3:30 and then I had all this time and did all of these things, but it's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was like no time had elapsed and I've done things, but the time wasn't there. It didn't make sense.
Oh, I go through that a lot actually.
Yeah.
Quite more often than not anymore. And I'm like, okay. But I totally get that. I believe in that. It's happened to me plenty of times. And I'll tell you, like, I've always had like dreams about them, but I was never truly felt like I just dreamt, I never felt like I was taken. Until December when I was in the Appalachian Mountains, kinda.
Yeah, that's a
Staying a weekend with some friends, and
saying Wi-Fi and electronics do mess with your head too.
Well, when you're saying after you've been taken, it's generally there's something in your body. Your chemistry is changed. It's more away from human to whatever it is that you originally are.
I have
So,
marks right here, and they've
so
not gone away since. That's what I get for visiting people in the Appalachian Mountains.
Wow.
you're ready.
That will also, actually, I think we're going to discuss that on a future topic, aren't we? The Appalachian folklore and wives' tales that come from out of there. Because I think people are really going to love to hear that.
National parks. You talking about that?
I think we're going to do, next week, we're doing the Men in Black, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Men in Black. Not the movie. This isn't going to be a movie review. This is going to be the actual Men in Black.
That one will be fun. No, so when it comes to children, also, children are very, very sensitive to that, just like anything spiritual. So, my son is 5, and he's been having a lot of experiences, and I know what to look for because they happened to me when I was a kid, also.
Okay. Same here. I've seen things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you guys actually want to hear us talk, like do a podcast on something, put in my inbox, follow me. That way I can keep track of them because I'm the one that's gonna line them up, and then as long as they approve it, and that's what we're gonna go for that week. So if there's anything that anybody wants to be added, or Meg, message me or Meg, one of us, or even Candy. She just couldn't be here right now. One of us 3. And we'll get it added in.
If you guys go to the link in the bio, there is the Facebook group too. So you guys can always just pop it on the Facebook wall. We can start like a discussion over there, and you guys can talk about all the crazy conspiracy things in a thread that you guys want to hear.
Because
And
some people don't want to talk about it and they want somewhere more comfortable to talk about it. And Facebook group would be perfect to come over there.
yeah, it's a small, safe space, you know. There's no drama. You can believe whatever you want to believe, think what you want to think, and tell us all, and we can start a conversation over there too.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you guys have like more things to say that like we didn't cover on this one, you guys can sort of continue like the conversation over there too.
Right, exactly.
All kinds of crazy conversations about almost everything in the goddamn chat. Everyone talks about everything there.
Yeah, send in all the ideas. We're here for it.
Yeah,
The guy
we're here
watching
for
this
it.
right
And we'll cover it.
now, are we
This
being-
is our first one, and I just threw together. It was actually Mr. Dean over there was like, "Why don't I talk about aliens?" I'm like, "Yes," and then we'll continue on from there, and I'll connect them so they all interconnect, and you're gonna find out how they're interconnecting.
be the first TikTok Art Bell type of people.
Right.
We are the new Art Bell people. All we're gonna do is get a line and have people call us like Art Bell did, like during a show. Like, okay,
There's a little text line
We were
coming.
actually going to get a texting app to put on for when we are live doing these that they can text in questions.
Yeah.
So that will be look for that next because Meg and I were discussing that, and that's going to be the easiest way to go.
okay.
And then we can also, if as we are expanding this, we can bring people up if they have like experiences and we trust them and like they've talked to us, and they're not one of those I like the $5 here's your toothbrush and I'll get you a hot dog, come talk to me and just say all this stuff. Like, I don't know how to explain those people because the proper way I want to explain them will get us all. So I'm not.
The new from coast to coast. Yeah, we could be the new coast to coast on TikTok.
pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys are new here. Definitely don't be afraid. Talk in the chat, get to know us, follow us all.
Yeah.
We all do our own live shows. They're all a little different, but we all are here for Francois, who is Zach on the screen right now. And this is what we do. It's spiritual, it's aliens, it's outer worldly stuff.
Spiritual aliens, fun.
Yes.
Exactly.
Be our new slogan.
There you go.
Is there anything else you guys are thinking we're missing, like on the alien topic? Is there anything else you guys can think of?
My big topic, especially right now with the things happening around the world, is Project Bluebeam.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing that's going on right now.
Yes.
There's angels being projected above. You see like the Star of David popping up and things, and ships being in like the clouds and stuff like that. So I have a lot on this. I could talk for hours, but I'll let you guys go.
About the floating sky in China.
That's
That was something to talk about because that went on for that, and then they said that the floating cubes coming out of portals in the sky. Like we got Borg spaceships now. What the heck? What's placating the Borg from assimilating us all?
I love the Borg. Okay, they were one of my favorites. Sorry, I just had to say that, even though I know I like them.
Good cybernetic space zombie, man.
TY. Please, please, please come join us on Facebook. We want to hear your stories. Like we really.
Yes.
TY's new.
Hmm.
And then 20 hours ago, I just came across an article because I'm looking up articles too as we talk. Because it reminds me of stuff. And 20 hours ago in the Pentagon, they just had another debriefing about more UFO stuff.
I didn't read the whole thing, but I did on Twitter I saw like a little blip about
There's nothing really anything new they want to comment on because they got to black out half of what was said because that's what they do. But yeah, there was nothing like major update or anything. There's just still having briefings on it.
Well, the reason why they're talking about things now is because whatever invisible force that is kind of partially controlling the way of the world right now is like either you say something or we're gonna talk. And they're like, okay, we're gonna talk, but we're gonna do it our way though. Fine, then as long as you disclose the things, we're not gonna hack your TVs and your cell phones and say we are the Galactic Federations, and then we were like, oh crap, we don't want that again. They're like, we'll disclose what we can to the people about the things. Even the Pope said there's aliens because he knows things too now. The different popes know stuff, and there's things in their Vatican that they have evidence apparently of aliens. So I'm like, all right. Right? Even the Vatican knows there's aliens there. He's like, all right, cool
Well,
beans.
they have a lot of artifacts and things that are hidden within the Vatican that are alien things. They're things from other worlds that were left to us as proof. TY said they had an experience with a venom-looking gray and an out-of-body experience. Is that your dog?
Yeah, sorry.
I was wondering what that was. Yeah, that's. I feel like a lot of times when we have like our first couple of experiences, we don't know what we're doing and it feels like a dream. So, what do we do in our dreams when, something's holding us down or we see something unfamiliar? You get a little scared, weary, it's weird, and you want to fight back. So,
You
yeah,
usually wake yourself up the first couple times,
yeah,
but you don't. That's the funny thing. Like that, there's been a time lapse. You think you woke yourself up right away, but
yeah,
there's been a time lapse, and a lot of people don't realize that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you those memories and those things if they don't think that your brain can handle it.
Right.
Tell her 15 minutes.
He heard you, but she's gonna keep talking on the side of the screen.
Do you want spaghetti? I made some spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
It's like you'll eat the spaghetti. I made it with love. Eat it now. I'm gonna keep nah. But
Let me ask you
So,
a question. I got more. I've got so much more stuff if we've got time.
I don't gotta go.
So what about the do you believe that what some people are seeing to be UFOs, let's say in the United States or maybe I don't know, China, Russia, or do you think it could be our own government making stuff that we don't know about, testing, you know what I mean? So what do you guys feel about that?
Project Bluebeam, because I wonder how much of this is to use the aliens against us and use our technology that we have to like fake it. And I know that we have stolen so much technology from them and worked beside some of them to um to create our own.
Well, I don't think the Project Bluebeam isn't really a Project Bluebeam. I think stuff's actually happening in the sky, and they brought about this blue beam fiasco to think that it's just hocus pocus. And I'm like, no, it's not hocus pocus. This stuff's real because anywhere where you see these goddamn sightings, strange occurrences are happening. There's disappearances, there's earthquakes, there's forest fires, there's things that are happening. Go to those places and look and for the craziness, and you'll see that there's disappearances. There's been sightings of lights, and things out in the ocean, like in China and Japan right now. They're getting blasted by tsunamis and earthquakes that are wiping them out, basically. Well, that's the bad thing about living on a place that's surrounded by the ocean. You don't want to be surrounded by the ocean. You're going to get eventually gobbled up. Ask Paris.
Oklahoma had an earthquake today.
Look at Dame Andy.
It did. Hey, man.
3.4 magnitude in Oklahoma City.
Hey, man.
There was I think it was 2.8 in Wisconsin. It's super north from me, about 12 hours away, basically Superior. But the Great Lakes is another topic that we should cover at some point because it's wild.
Oh, I have stories. I live here. You
Saying, yeah. Oh, you muted. You're still muted.
Muted. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be another one we cover because there's a lot of crossovers too.
Yeah, that'll be another one we cover. There's some crossovers too. Yeah, that'll be another one we cover.
Who's echoing?
What's going on?
By going out and coming back in.
Oh,
It's
there's
the aliens.
she was like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." I was hearing noises and I was hearing rustling sounds.
That's the aliens.
Aliens.
Wait, the Vatican Lucifer telescope.
Ooh. Mr. TY knows his stuff, or Mrs. TY. I'm not sure if it's a girl name or a bad name. TY Donis.
I'm gonna follow you. You have so many cool stories.
He followed me. She followed me, so I'm gonna follow them back. Mister, okay.
Out of the hospital. I don't know if you're still here,
Follow you back, Mr. TY.
Mister. Look for a mirror in the box.
Okay, I'll look for a mirror in the box. Yeah, her internet went all kinds of wonky, and then she disappeared. She disappeared.
Nobody wants to make alien.
Sorry about that.
Talking through you. Tell us what they said.
I don't know, but my ear hurts so bad.
Yeah, right here, man.
Yeah, that was bad.
Ringing. I was trying.
I'm not
so
even
hard.
joking. Like, I don't know what happened. And then just wow.
Well, I started hearing weird ringing and strange sounds coming from your end. It was like,
I know.
and then finally you stopped, and then put an X with Apophis.
You know a lot of stuff.
He knows a lot of stuff. This guy.
Come find us on Facebook so we can chat about stuff.
Yes, please do.
Seriously, I know at least the three of us would love to continue conversations.
They probably are trying to contact me. As long I'm okay. I'm okay. As long as I don't have like, a satellite popping out from my backside like Cartman. I'm okay. As long as it's not coming from there, we're good.
Tough part.
Did you ever see that episode? Not to make light of it, but like South Park has some of the best episodes on the Greys, as they call them. They really, truly do. And there's actually a lot of good stuff on Discovery about the Discovery Network too. There's a lot of good shows. I wish I could remember the name of the place. I can't remember it.
They don't censor it as much. They let real people who are who have had experiences and who have been studying things talk about things. Like actually talk about the things, which is great.
Right. And
to discredit them. He's farting fire, dude.
As long as that doesn't happen, I'm okay. But that was weird. Like my ear, like I'm having a hard time hearing out of it. I'm already partially deaf in it. Like I think I just went full deaf.
Well, like 30 minutes, you just can't hear out of that one ear. It's just like muffled.
Large pitch E, and it hurts like the dickens. And I'm like, I just want to grab one of my things and go into my ear and go plug it up.
Okay, but yeah, the name of the place I was talking about, yes. Do you guys remember the place where it was known for alien activity? I don't know if it's here or if it's overseas. I almost wanted to think it was in Russia, but I don't know. But it's like this big open area where nothing can grow. It's like a dead zone, right? And a lot of people have gone out there and like they've put people in the circle and
I immediately thought of Skinwalker Ranch was the first place that came to mind because it's kind of similar. Like animals can't really.
Right, but it's not Skinwalker Ranch.
I know what you're talking about, and honestly, I do think it is like a Russia
I want
type.
to say Russia?
That sounds right.
Oh man, I feel bad because like I would normally know these places because I'm really good with this, but I'm drawing a blank. Let me see if I can do a quick research.
Mr. Man here, Mara?
They have the Devil's Tramping Ground, a mysterious spot in North Carolina where nothing grows.
As a scientist, I know pre-Viking. I know, man.
There's some good
But
documentaries on Skinwalker Ranch.
there's a show on TV on the Sci-Fi Network where they use technology to try to do things, and some strange things happen. And they're like, man,
Oh yeah. There's so many.
I'll find the place. Ley lines, yes.
yes,
Yeah, like very similar to this one, the Devil's Tramping Ground, is that there are like just small little plots. I know the one you're talking about is bigger. It's a whole space. It's massive. It's like football fields, you know. But this it's mostly just like I don't know, like a spaceship type place where just nothing grows, no matter how hard they try.
oh, there it goes again. There she goes again. Yeah, it's almost deafening. My right ear is like right now ringing to the utmost,
I don't want
and
to talk about it.
it's like a gong, but a continuous gong sound.
No, yeah, like the after effect of the gong, just
Yeah,
boom,
the after effect of the gong.
literally.
It's like ah, Lord, baby Jesus. No,
No, I get like that in my ear, like literally like pops.
yeah.
Uh, Womp womp.
Woo-wee.
Whatever she Googled was too much.
Pretty intense. I know. You get those too, Trisha? Do you get those too? You get the wow in your ear.
There's a lot of people in here. I knew
Yes.
that there'd be a lot of people who would have things talking about ley lines and other lines and stuff like that. Yeah. This is our first sort of like unofficial episode coming out. We're going to continue to keep talking about things. Um, any topics you guys want to hear, we keep saying just join the Facebook group. We both have links in our bio that you guys can go over there, continue the conversation, talk among friends about stuff.
A hotline where you can call in or text in and talk to us while we're live.
Soon, yeah, in the next couple of weeks here, hopefully by the next episode we do, we should have like a little text in thing so you guys don't have to put your information in the chat and all that.
Be anonymous if you want to ask us questions.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys have topics or whatever, just go over there, post it on the wall. Amira popped out. I hope she comes back and isn't abducted like right now. But message any of the three of us about topics you guys want to know. If you guys have questions too.
You know a good person to talk about aliens? Ninja Dan. Remember him?
Who?
Ninja Dan.
Oh
He
yeah,
liked to-
he's
I
a
think he's an interesting case. We should invite him to one of our podcasts and have him talk about aliens too.
there. So there's so many people who are disappearing. Some of them are found alive. Some of them are actually gone, abducted, and just don't exist anymore. But oh, hi, Deanna.
Hello, Deanna.
Just watch for her in the box, see if she hops back in before we get off of here. We can absolutely talk about religious trauma and Catholicism and all of that fun stuff too.
Be a thing, a topic, and boy, would I have fun with that one. So today is the first day you guys get to see behind the curtain and see me for me. Hey everyone, I'm Zach Dean or Zachary Dean, as people call me. Nice to meet everyone. I'm normally in character, but today I decided to be myself and talk about aliens and get ringing in my ear.
Well, it's class day today. So I know we have a lot of new faces in here. That's usually when you get the behind the scene curtain of who Zach is we do classes tonight is beginner classes. So if you guys join the Facebook page, like I said, all the information is there. Or feel free to message me, him, or Amira. I do the sign up for classes. So we're gonna do like a little intro to classes, especially if you guys are new or just beginning. It does touch on magical things, but We do in class have a lot of discussions like this because it's very private, one-on-one, some more behind the scenes action, talking about weirdness.
Weirdness, yes, weirdness.
You definitely know if you were abducted.
Oh, you know. You get the feeling in your guts.
Not just your guts, your brain.
Deanna, yeah, classes are for great and fun. Yeah, you can ask Deanna. She's one of our people that come to my classes. Um, we do kinds of fun stuff, and I teach you all kinds of interesting things. And the one minute you're sitting there, and the next minute you're zapping each other with electricity.
They are more spiritual based. If you guys have any, basically, if you have any abilities or things that you want to do, even or things that you want to help grow, the classes are really good for that.
If you want to learn what your abilities are,
Even
and
that, yeah.
what you want to do, we do classes on that too, and I'll wake you up.
Everyone is capable of doing everything.
But the question is your mind and body ready to learn everything? That's the question.
That's what classes help for. Take a step back, figure out how you're going to be capable to do those things. What are the things that you're going to be best at?
Exactly.
Zapadoos.
Zapadoos. That's a neat one.
Oh, the veil. The veil, ley lines, glitch in the matrix. I was thinking about doing some glitch in the matrix stories. I went down a rabbit hole and I thought it would be fun to do it on my page. The Mandela effect. Me and Zach talk about that all the time, and we start talking about CERN and oh yeah, Mr. TY. You have a very interesting brain.
Yes,
I
he
love
does.
it. I love it. That is pretty much time for us today.
It's what?
So it's pretty much time for us today.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
It was good seeing everyone here. Remember to look to the skies and keep your eyes open because they're coming.
Go to the Facebook page, Donna. Everything is on the Facebook page. Link is in there, and then if you want to connect with any of the three of us, our Facebooks are always on there. So I hope to see a thread started over there. You guys talking about all your experiences, and then class will be tonight at 8 Central Standard Time. So get signed up for that. Shoot me a message. There's also a post over there, so I can connect with you. It's going to be on Zoom. Yes.
So join our Facebook chat, and we'll be able to get in tune with the stuff. And Meg will send you the link to the classes if you want to join classes, and that'll be fun. Tell them the price. You forgot the price, Megan. You forgot to say the price.
Oh, yeah. It is 35 for the month for non-subscribers, 30 for subscribers. So if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe right now, get yourself a little discount. There's discounts on a whole bunch of other stuff, merch, candles, like other things. So yeah, do that before we hop off. And you can also pay individually for classes. I forget offhand what they are. But like I said, it's all posted in the group. And then the classes will be available a week after, and you can watch the recording on Patreon. So yeah, that's all I got.
Today was a fun day. Besides the ringing in my ear, but today was an interesting event.
I hope Amira,
Huh?
I hope Amira is okay.
Yeah, she got blasted into oblivion. But okay, we'll hear from her shortly. It was good seeing all you guys. I'll go live maybe later today before the classes start, probably around 6 o'clock Central Time, and we'll do a day live because we can't do lives here at night sometimes because grumpy old women do things. Is that a howdy ho there? Is this a howdy ho neighborino? Is this a what you mean you're bad? Not you're bad, pretty ink. Good God.
All right. Hopefully, see you guys later tonight in classes then.
Yeah. I'm not grumpy. Am I grumpy sometimes?
You can be. We all can.
I can be a little grumpy. If something compares me to you, I could be like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes. Oh my god.
I get like that sometimes. I'm like, where's
Uh-oh.
my beers?
The Dr. Peppers.
The Dr. Pepper. Who's been stealing my Dr. Peppers?
It's you. You drink the Dr. Peppers. Nobody else wants your Dr. Peppers.
Uh,
Oh my god.
we all get salty, exactly. We all do. We all become salty old geezers. I'm getting old.
You're an old man.
I'm not an old man. That's what you say all the time. Old man. All right.
You gonna sign us off?
Huh?
Said you gonna sign us off?
I don't know how to end podcast lives.
You can do the same.
Okay, we are the way, we are the truth, we are the life, we are the ascended army. Light your candles in your households for 1 hour a day, and always speak positive affirmations over yourself in the beginning of your day. Remember, a good day starts with a good word. Happy Saturday. I'll see you guys very soon.
Hi guys.
Bye. Be blessed.